But where did I get the idea for Forward? It really just comes from my own personal experience. Unfortunately, I was involved in an accident, on my very first job where I lost 3 fingers on a practical joke. I worked in high-risk industries for many years, and I saw many serious accidents happen and fatalities, and just realised that, this is a really important business problem to solve. At our core, we're really a safety company that just happens to produce great software.
Forward has a unique way of doing this, which starts with a heritage in data and understanding the data behind what has caused injuries or fatalities in the workplace. Off the back of that, the company has developed content, and they've developed a very powerful delivery system, a software technology. It's really how you bring that all together and how you implement it in some of the largest organisations in the world to make sure it's effective.
We obviously have a great piece of technology, the CRM, or critical risk management, a program that helps to reduce the risk profile of organisations and ensure that people go home, as they came to work at the start of the day. You see, safety and technology isn't just about ticking boxes. If it's your loved one and they're just new in the job, what do they know about identifying every hazard on the job? What we do is we say, hey, if there is a credible risk of a fatality occurring on this job, we tell them what that risk is. And then not only do we tell them what that risk is, we tell them these are the critical controls that must be in place to prevent death. And we go further than that. We tell them now how to verify that control, once they put it in place, is effective, because that is what prevents people from dying.
Not only was Forward solving a really important problem, but it was one that was a really important problem to Macquarie. So we could immediately see the value that Macquarie could bring as a partner and the value that Forward could bring to Macquarie. One area that we really focus on is what we call governance, risk and compliance, or some people might call that RegTech. What we look to do is see how can we help our founders, our companies, execute on their business models and execute better, faster, cheaper.
The best business decision I've ever made in my entire life is partnering with Macquarie Capital. If I just look at what's happened since we started with Macquarie Capital, the whole business has transformed. There's a lot of runway in all of those high-risk sectors, and Macquarie was showing us how, we can get further market share in each of these sectors, because they've got people who work in all of them. Now, if we're working in many, many different sectors. In fact, the solution itself is in 22 different languages, and we have over 800 sites and operations worldwide using our solution, our fatality prevention solution. And all of them to date that have fully implemented the solution and maintain the solution are fatality free.